Hello and welcome to another episode of Trek in the Valley, the non-encyclopedic Star Trek recap and discussion podcast, where every week myself, Adam Ordall Quinnell, and my co-host...
Hey everybody, it's Al Hirt. What's up here?
Mr. Al Hirt and I get together and we discuss some episode of some kind of fucking Star Trek, and today is no different.
Yes.
Except that it is kind of different because...
We're kind of wrapping up the animated series.
We're wrapping up a lot of stuff. This is I think that I'm just going to call it, and we might end up with a couple weeks off after this. Sorry to the diehards and whatnot, but this is probably the last episode of this run of Trek in the Valley, because we're going to launch in the next couple weeks here with Trek in the Valley Next Generation.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I want a little bit more time to cinch things up and make sure it's all ready to go, because we're not just going to give you more of the same old shit.
Yeah, we need to switch it up.
Much like Next Generation took the Star Trek world and narratives into new directions, that's what we're going to do.
Yes.
With Trek in the Valley, the Next Generation. I got new segment themes. I got new drops. I got new quotes. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, cool.
But we've got to do part 2 of Retrospecticus.
Yes.
Retrospecticus. We are kind of doing a little bit of a game here to cover the rest of Star Trek, the animated series for the Retrospecticus recap. But before that, how are you doing, Al?
Doing well, man.
Doing
Just
good.
waking up, recovering from this weekend.
It's Wednesday.
Yeah.
What did you do? What did you do this weekend?
Well, it's just I have a lot of things coming up, just the celebrations, and then there's May 4th and then May 5th, Cinco de Drinko.
Oh, did you
But I think I'm like one of the last people that even celebrates it,
It's okay for him to say that because he's not a white guy, so
Yes.
it's fine. But yeah, so cool. I didn't do shit. I played a lot of disc golf, and it was very wet and rainy all weekend.
Yeah, it was pretty drab.
Yeah, it sucked, and it's still kind of overcast. Things are clearing up now in the old San Fernando Valley as I segue us into Retrospecticus
Yes.
Part 2, the name game, where we're going to do an extra special bonus version of... What does Al remember? Did you like how you could hear my coffee cup loudly opening in the monitors? Yeah, so Al, we're going to continue our game from last week, and I wasn't keeping track of how many you got right because it immediately became apparent that that's not what it was going to be about. It can't be about you getting them right or not, because the game would be so much less fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same shit. I'm going to give you the name of a character that was in an episode, and then you have to remember the episode title, and then we're going to use that as a little kickoff to talk about the episode itself. And I'm also going to have Memory Alpha up here for the episode as well. So Al, if I said the following words to you, would you be able to tell me what episode it is?
We'll see.
Aquan male and Aquan female.
Oh, this is this is the something effect, right?
Close.
Does it have to do with fish people?
Yes.
But it isn't the effect, right?
It's not an effect, but it's it's also starts with an E.
Mm-hmm. Ambergris.
Well,
right?
It's the ambergris, and it's also a shoe company, a skate shoe company. Element. The ambergris element.
This one was pretty good.
I liked it a lot.
It was because we found a lot of humor in like the way it was between the boomer ambergris people and then the younger ambergris generation.
Yes, that's right.
Then like the twist of like, oh, this actually, they used to live on the surface, but then there was so much water that rose that like they ended up going underwater, but then like so much time had passed that they had even forgotten that they were surface dwellers. It was crazy.
Yeah, shit's fucked up.
And this is still an animated episode.
It is.
Like,
and
it's a kid's show, but there's so much happening in the background.
And remember, in that episode, Kirk and Spock become fish people.
Yes.
And I absolutely loved when they have... I absolutely love when they show them swimming in the big tank in engineering or wherever they made the tank, because you can't they don't really animate bubbles around them like they do when they're on the Aquan world. So it really just looks like the characters are floating there. And I absolutely loved it.
And the way Kirk was like, we can't be like this forever.
Well, not only that, but also, this was the episode where they go down in a water vehicle and they're immediately attacked by squid tentacle things. Like,
yeah, and just seconds before, they're like, oh, this place is abandoned. We should be fine.
Yeah, we shouldn't have a problem there.
We didn't see anything on our sensors.
Right, everything's fine.
We
this
did
is
see
all
fine. What is it? We saw like a Jaws-inspired kind of shot from the monster too,
yes.
going after them, which was pretty cool.
This inspired Jaws, more like it, because that motherfucker came several years after this. I believe
that's right.
I think Jaws was 1979. No, Jaws wasn't.
No, it was late 70s.
Hey Siri, when did Jaws come out? All right.
75.
1975. I thought 79. Wow, I'm a bad.
No, but this came out 73.
I'm a bad film minor. As somebody who almost got a minor in film, I didn't know when Jaws came out. And so, do you remember how Kirk?
He must have saw this episode.
Do you remember? Right? Do you remember how Kirk and the gang, how they became how him and Spock became unfishmanned?
The unfishman part was they go through like a cave, right, or like a canyon that ladyfish shows them. It was such a weird trap because like they go under, they turn into fish people, and then they're like, well, fuck, let's just go back and ask them to switch us back, explain to them the situation. And then the leader of like the ambergris people were like, no, like we do that to everybody that comes down here. Right? You can't leave, so you're just like, you can't live here either, though.
Yeah, you got to get the fuck out. That's right. It made them fish people, but then they kicked them out.
And then they keep kicking him out, and then they tie him to a rock, and then she saves them. But yeah, I think they just go. I don't remember. I remember them like getting to the canyon, and then that chick leaves them.
The reverse mutation is induced by an infusion of an antitoxin made from the venom of a deadly giant sur snake. Remember the sea snake? They milk its fang. Ugh. We've milked the fang of the sea snake. The Aquans. They're not the ambergris people.
The ambergris people.
They're the Aquans.
The Aquans.
It's actually racist to call them the ambergris people. So Kirk almost dies from the vaccination, too. That's another thing it says here in Memory Alpha. I remember that. And so remember, this was all in service to... They thought the planet was abandoned, and then it wasn't. And there was a volcano that was going to kill everybody on the fucking surface of the planet.
They used the ship.
They used their phasers to redirect the volcano. And that makes me think that they should do that more often. They shift
tectonic plates, I thought. Or
something like that.
The volcano over so it doesn't spill on them.
They change the epicenter of the earthquake.
I keep thinking of comparing this to the other one where they get really miniature.
Yeah, a little one. I can't remember.
I forgot what the episode is. The Territon incident.
The Territon incident.
Yeah, this and the ambergris effect are like pretty much... Or element, excuse me. I keep saying
right.
Gosh. Element and incident.
The ambergris enhancement.
They're kind of hand in hand, like different people, different situations.
Yeah, the Aquans also curse them. They do a lot of... They really have fucked up ways of defending themselves, don't they? It's like,
it is a weird defense system.
We make you fucked up like us.
But you can't live here. Oh. You're a prisoner. But I did find it more interesting, though. I wanted to say that, like, they, like, shifted the element. Like, they shifted the planet, rather than, like, oh, let's just transport them here,
Yeah, they shifted the epicenter of the volcano. And let me see here. There was one other important point about this. Fuck it, I can't remember. Oh, they were there to study because they had another planet that had weird volcanoes on it. Yes. That was this one, right?
No, yeah, exactly. And you were like, that's kind of weird that they were researching another planet whose conditions were basically the same. And then they were gonna go back and fix the other one.
Yeah, but then they fixed this one too. So now they have to test it. What I was gonna say is the earthquake reveals a bunch more. Like it pushes a bunch of places above ground. So the kids are like, "We're out of here, Daddy-O. We're gonna go fucking live on the surface." And then
boomers are like, "Okay."
And then Kirk is like, Don't lose touch with your underwater drilling. Don't lose touch with your counterparts on the surface or underwater. Keep them on your Facebook friends list. Wish them happy birthday. And that was the ambergris enhancement element. Now, this next episode, I'm going to give you words. And after you hear these words, you need to think of the other words to say. This is, the character name is Ancient Insectoid.
Ancient Insectoid.
Ancient Insectoid.
We already covered the Ocean's 11-ish episode.
Yeah.
Ancient Insectoid. Hold on, let me look. I'm just pulling up a list of the episodes. Ancient Insectoids.
So now the game has become Al looks it up.
No, I'm just looking at a list of the episodes.
So this episode is called, it's also a soul-coughing lyric. Beyond the farthest star.
Oh, this was the one where they find that funky ship that was like filamented out.
Beyond the farthest star.
Instead of traditionally built.
It was made of bug.
Yes.
Shit's made out of bugs.
And then they get on the ship and they're like, what are you doing?
And there's some great shots of a very fantasy spaceship that's like made of plants and bug carapace instead of steel and iron and other bipedal fucking elements like that.
I forgot what happens though. Like what ends up after
let me
they
tell
get
you.
on the ship?
Let me tell you. The crew discovers a huge damaged pod ship of unknown alien origin. Uhura discovers that this vessel is the source of radio emissions they've been tracking. Let's see. Kirk decides to board the impressively designed starship with a landing party, and the ship appears to have been built by an insectoid race. Hexagonal windows aboard the vessel look precisely like individual cells of a honeycomb bee. So basically, they've got, let's see here. So they got an alien ship signal, enters the control center of the ship. The door seals behind them, and the interference party prevents their communicators and phasers from operating. And basically, this is where...
it's like a video that plays, right? With the alien.
Yes, a log entry begins playing after the Kirk and the gang get locked onto the bridge of this alien bug ship. Log entry explains that the original crew chose to destroy their vessel to avoid carrying a magnetic organism to other worlds. And then we find out that this magnetic organism is a malevolent life form, and it comes back to the Enterprise with the landing party. They got to make a static shield or do a slingshot effect or some such shit. And basically, this is where Kirk tricks the entity, plays chicken with him. Kirk's like, I'm just going to crash the ship, and since you're part of the ship, you're going to die when I crash the ship.
Right.
And the entity goes, no, and then gets reattached to the planet. And then Kirk is like, peace out, motherfucker.
Yeah, that was so weird. We were just like... Wait, so if he blew himself up, he would have just transferred to the ship, to the planet anyways, right?
I don't understand what
we
that
kept
entity is.
We kept thinking about that.
That entity is like a Tim Robinson, I think he should leave character. It's like, I don't know what my whole deal is.
Yeah, right.
And that is Beyond the Farthest Star. Now,
I think what came out more to us was like, I mean, to me at least, was that bug ship.
I love the bug ship.
That was way cooler.
The paintings look so cool, like the paintings of the ship and how they're like, it looks like it's a bunch of different bugs evolved in different ways to make
freaky.
This fucking ship. It was cool. It reminded me of Aliens, the xenomorph, because like, so in the Aliens movies, H.R. Giger envisioned, he made the crazy alien with the tongue with teeth or whatever. But then he also had this idea for the environments that they're in, where it's very like biological. So it's like the walls of where the aliens are look like the alien's skin,
Yeah, it's like
and
moist.
it's like that. It's and it's always all wet. It's always all like, fucking wet and sticky. But yeah, so that reminded me of that, and that's why I liked it. But
he probably saw this too.
Good. That's right. I bet old Mr. Ridley Scott was watching this shit in merry old England. And let me check that one off. All right.
Okay,
now,
cool.
This next one, and this was an episode that we talked about, and I think we enjoyed in great detail. And the words that I'm going to give you as a clue to spur your thoughts and words is the character name of Commodore Robert Wesley.
Robert Wesley. He was
Commodore?
with his wife, right?
Oh, was he? I don't know. You're the one playing the game.
Commodore Wesley. Wait, I recommended this one, though. I like this one. This is the counterclock. Is that right?
No, this is one of our planets is missing.
Oh, this was the one with the sweeper,
big cloud.
Alien. Yeah,
it's got a big old red gas cloud.
One of the best parts too is that the gas cloud's like conscious, and they're like, oh wait, there were other people on those things. Oh god.
Oh, that's right. So
I was
that's
traveling
right.
from fucking eons and eons.
So I don't think that this is the one with the Commodore and his wife, dude. This is a different guy. This guy sucks. He's the one who's like, I will take control of this ship if I need to. This guy sucks. And so they find this. They got this planet-eating fucking cloud.
Don't they just notice, though, when they're flying back through the galaxy? What's his name? Sulu's like, Captain, that planet's missing, or something used to be there.
Well,
and
no,
like, oh yeah, you're right.
They see a cloud, and then there's a planet, and then the cloud goes by, and the planet is gone.
Yeah, how did they get into it, though? Does Spock suggest that?
Into the cloud?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me find out. Oh, this is where they... let's see here. So, Kirk orders Sulu to have the ship's speed increased to warp 8 in order to intercept the cloud. It is pulled into the cloud by streamers made of koino energy and almost ambiplasma with an unusually attractive force.
They're driving through too, and I remember you were like, this is giving Magic School Bus. And
right?
Then right as you said that, Bones was like, that looks like the intestines.
Yes, they traveled through the cloud.
This looks like the thigh bone and the muscular elements.
Yeah, so
it's
this
like,
is
geez.
and this is where they find out. And this is where the Enterprise is like, hey, so it's going towards the planet of Mantilles.
Ah, yes.
Sad
God.
Bob Wesley, governor of Mantilles. So
that's right.
They reach out to the planet that's going to get eaten by the red cloud, and they're like, hey, Governor Bob Wesley, this is your buddy Kirk. So there's a gas cloud coming. It's going to kill everybody. And you got to evacuate as many people as you can. And he's like, we won't be able to evacuate very many. And Kirk is like,
20 minutes.
Kirk is like, well, how are you going to decide who to evacuate? And he goes, there won't be any decision. We'll evacuate the children. There won't be any decision. We'll save the children, Jim.
Yeah, right.
And that's what that guy's like every time Kirk talks to him. And he's like, well, if you can't stop the cloud, I guess we're all just going to die. And we saved 1,000 children, and that's about it. And my daughter's going to die here with me.
Yeah, Kirk's
Remember
like,
that?
Your daughter's right there, right?
Oh, and then there's like
she's standing right next to me.
Yeah, there's the implication that like, oh, she didn't evacuate.
She
and
didn't
like
make the cut.
Then there's like a kid watching this. And there's like a kid watching this on Saturday morning. Like, what the fuck is going on here? and so Spock mind melds with the cloud by putting his hands up like a wizard who's going to cast a spell of lightning. Or he's holding a gigantic beach ball, and then he communicates with the cloud, and then the cloud is like, hey, so small things can be alive, huh? And then it's like,
Spock's
wait
like,
a second.
Of course, we are in you.
Then it's like, how many beings have I've eaten billions of galaxies? Oh no!
Yeah, right.
And then they're like, get out of here and go back the way you came, so you don't eat any galaxies.
That's what Spock says. Yeah, it's like it's probably best you come back the same way because you have already cleared a path.
Which is funny because that does not take into account that the galaxy is always
moves,
expanding from the center or whatever. Yeah.
Shifts.
Maybe they didn't know that in 1974.
No, and also too, we were both I was laughing really hard at the realization that the cloud was like, oh god, there were other things on those things that I ate. Fuck.
Yeah, the cloud is like, what is this I'm feeling? Guilt.
I'm gonna kill myself. And they're like, no, wait, let us get out.
Yeah, the writer, Mark Daniels, really writes a conflicted cloud like nobody else in science fiction.
And then just the drabness of just like, we'll save the children.
I love that guy. That Governor Wesley, Governor whatever the fuck. It's just so funny. He's just such a fucking. He's just such a drip. It was a good one.
Yeah, that one was clever. It was fun.
So wait, was he the Wesley? Was that the guy that Bob Wesley, governor? Yeah. So I guess that Wesley guy, they call him Commodore Robert Wesley, but in the Memory Alpha they call him Bob Wesley, governor.
Bob.
Yeah. So basically, that's it. One of our planets is missing.
Okay.
Next. All right.
Yes.
More words to inspire words from your brain. And this character is the Queen of Hearts.
The Queen of Hearts?
The Queen of Hearts.
This is the Alice in Wonderland, the sequel.
Yeah.
God, I forgot what it's called, though. I'm just reading the episode.
Once upon a planet.
Yep, Once Upon a Planet.
Upon returning to the amusement park planet, the Enterprise crew finds that the caretaker has died and the computer has taken over, creating havoc.
And what's funny, too, that leads them both of those conclusions is like... one thing, shit starts to go awry, but then when they go back to the planet again, they literally just walk up to the gravestone and they're like, oh yeah, he's definitely dead. And then it's like a big shrine and it just says the creator. And I was like, oh, okay. And then the other thing too, I think they were trying to find his base or his office. And Spock was like, I don't know, maybe there's a sign leading the way.
And then there's
Bones
signs
is like,
leading
that's
the
fucking
way.
stupid. It's not like there's going to be a sign pointing to it.
And then there is.
Spock's like, here's a sign pointing right to it.
Because the shit is using their minds to make their environments.
Yes, and then Uhura gets trapped. And then she convinces a computer to not be a dick.
Yeah, basically, Uhura convinces the computer to not be a dick and to keep allowing aliens to come here for shore leave.
Dude, just running through these, we can see the formulas, you know?
It's so good.
It's like they pick a character to fix the issue and solve the day. And then it's like they wrap it all together in a nice little bow.
And then they have James Doohan do a bunch of voices, and there you go. And this had there was an awesome image at the end of this where McCoy and Sulu are having a picnic with Alice, the white rabbit, and a two-headed fire-breathing dragon that was chasing them, and they're all enjoying the planet.
It's funny, too, them trying to solve, like, what's happening to the island now, or to the planet, and how Kirk and the gang are running away from stuff, and they're like, okay, guys, who thought of a two-headed, red-breathing dragon? And they're like... not me.
Yeah, what was the deal with that? Like, how did they find out what it was making the things from?
That was in the first time they were there, where it was like, you have to imagine what's going after you. But then in this one, it was like so ridiculous that Kirk was like, okay, something else is going on. Like, it's not us. We've pretty much confirmed everything. Spock's like, I have no emotions.
Oh,
right. And then Sulu's like, I couldn't have thought of that. And Bones is like, what the fuck would I think of that? I would have thought of like a nice little kitty or something.
Yes.
And then they have to open some gate, right?
Right. Yes.
And go through that.
And then when they get to the reason, the master computer wants to leave the planet. That's the whole thing. And it wants to go and infect all the computers in the galaxy. And they end up saying, hey, but you can learn you don't have to, because it thinks they're slaves to their starship. That was the other awkward thing. The computer kept calling Uhura a slave to her starship. Like, a little collar tug there.
And it was funny, though, because essentially at the end, Kirk was like, your function is shore leave. Like, we're going to have shore leave.
Yeah.
Here's Spock. Spock can chat with you all day. I'm going to go get some beer.
Yeah, the computer is shocked to learn that men and machines coexist, helping each other. The crew convinces the computer of its usefulness as a peaceful and creative conscience, and it ends the malfunctioning on the planet and starship while the crew returns to enjoy shore leave. Spock continues discussions with the master computer. And then, that's where Kirk is like, hey, Spock, you'd like to talk to a fucking computer, wouldn't you, you big dork?
And he's like,
and Spock's
I'd love it.
I would love that. I am a big dork. Thank you, Jim, Captain.
Yeah,
and
that was a funny resolution.
Was Once Upon a Planet. Now,
it reminds me of the god, too, that was like, oh, yeah, I shouldn't be mean. I don't know. There's a lot of episodes that are like that in this show.
Oh, my God. This next episode fucking rips, dude. And the character... the name of the character, the words that represent the name of this character. It's going to remind you exactly what episode it is. There's no way you're not going to know it. Cole Ty
Coal tie.
Coal tie. Ah, you don't know that immediately?
Coal tie.
I knew you weren't going to know it immediately.
Coal tie.
Coal tie.
Is that like a...
I want you to think about bones. Mm-hmm. This is a bone.
Oh, yeah. This is albatross.
Albatross!
Yeah.
Oh! He nailed it. Yeah,
Who was that the aliens?
Yeah, Coal tie was the guy that survived because he had the
oh my god,
the Venusian fever.
He looked like a Scooby-Doo monster.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey guys, shit's fucked up here."
And Scotty's like, "Jesus Christ, Bones, who is that?"
There was one.
He's like, "He's
survivor.
with us."
There was one survivor. So Bones, this is where this episode rips for so many reasons, but I think the best part about it is how it starts. Like, the Enterprise had just finished giving this race of people a bunch of like medical supplies and shit. And then, like Columbo, they're like, "Oh, just one last thing. One more thing. just one last thing, Captain. Your doctor's under arrest for genocide." What? Not genocide, really, but he started a plague. They say he caused a plague 10 years ago.
And also, too, they were like, "Is this legitimate?" And then they're like, "Oh yeah, here's the
we called
right
Starfleet
here from Starfleet."
We called Starfleet. We said, "Send you guys so that we can arrest." And Starfleet's dicks for not like giving them a fucking.
I mean, Kirk's like, "I'm fucking shocked," and Spock's like, "Nope, it's legitimate, Captain. Here's the date and everything."
Mm-hmm. And this is on the planet Dramia.
The part that's so great though is that when Kirk is like, 15 years ago, Bones, I mean, do you think? And Bones is like, "I was really fucking drunk back then. Jim, anything could have happened."
No,
and then,
like,
he starts feeling guilty about it. And it's like, dude, I feel like you should have enough confidence in your own career to be like, "Hey, I know I didn't cause a plague."
Well, so
for him to be like, maybe.
So basically, Bones is just worried that he missed something. 10 years, and it was like, and he's like, I can't even remember what he remembered about being there. 19 years earlier, Demos claims McCoy headed a mass inoculation program for a saurian virus on Dramia 2, but after he departed, a massive plague ravaged the planet, virtually wiping out the entire population. That's weird because... So at the end, it's because there's a guy who was exposed to, who had the saurian virus antibodies that Bones gave him, and that's how he survived the plague, right?
Right, but
if Bones was
treating
there,
something else.
If Bones was there, see, they fucked this up on Memory Alpha. If the people who edit Memory Alpha listen to our podcast, first off, you should promote it. But yeah, so I think that's wrong. So basically, there's a plague that happens after Bones is there, but the reason the plague happened was because of this Aurora Borealis in space. So every 19 years, this space ribbon, it happened 19 years ago and it's happening again. This planet passes through the space ribbon and it causes this plague. And the reason this guy Coal tie survived is because he was one of the people that Bones had treated for saurian virus. And because he had those antibodies, he was able to survive the space ribbon plague. Yeah,
and I wanted to just tack on to that. Wanted to make sure if our memory serves us right, the rest of the crew got infected because
everybody got infected.
The away team went on the planet, got the infection, quote unquote, and then went on the Enterprise, and then went through the Aurora Borealis, and then that's when they started changing colors, right?
I thought it was because they went through
a combination of the two, right?
I thought it was because they went through the Aurora Borealis that they got the ship became infected, because it wasn't just the away team. It was everybody on the ship got it.
The away team spread it, but I don't know. Maybe
I thought it was because the ship passed through the ribbon.
Just the Aurora Borealis?
I think so. I could be wrong.
I could be maybe it was because...
I could be misremembering this child's cartoon.
Yeah, no, because Bones fixed one thing but not the other. But then it was because he had fixed the thing, the guy was fine going to the Aurora Borealis. But then he got sick this time. I don't know. Maybe it was just the Aurora Borealis then. Because the guy that survived also got sick.
He did, yeah.
That's why I was confused.
So basically, let me see here. I'm trying to find out.
That's so funny, though. They didn't make the 2 and 2.
Yeah,
they
he has
have
the
the symptoms written down and stuff, and then they're like, "Huh, that's weird. This Aurora Borealis has the same exact colors."
Because nothing Demos has started reaction. Does that shock? Oh yeah, they all change colors like the thing. Demos is shocked. But it is the color of Kirk's skin. He is also turning blue. The entire crew is infected. So basically, they're proving that this plague still existed. And they're showing Demos of the Dramians that, hey, this is not... McCoy didn't fucking do this. Basically, it's clearly something else.
McCoy gets sick too, huh?
What's going on?
Oh, no, he's not. That's right. Okay, so Kirk gets sick. He's about to die, and he's like, Bones. Get Bones.
Yeah, and then Spock's like,
got to
go break
the
Bones
law.
out. Yeah.
He's like, are you sure? You give me permission to break the law? And he's like, yeah, go for it, please.
Spock's only option is to illegally break McCoy out of prison. On the ship, McCoy discovers he is innocent, and the Aurora is the cause of the plague.
And he's like, oh, thank God.
By using blood samples from the infected, McCoy cures the plague with antibodies created to fight the Saurian virus, and he shares the information with the Dramians. And the Dramians are like, hey, we're gonna look past the fact that Spock broke McCoy out of prison, and Kirk will forget about. Remember, they put a stowaway on his. Remember that ship that Kirk is like, we'll just pretend we don't see him.
Open the back door.
Great shit, right? And then that was a good episode. Oh yeah,
but they also said in exchange too for letting Spock fuck our shit up, we would like the recipe or the formula for the antidote that you made, just in case this happens next time.
Yeah, McCoy. It says, and he shares the information with the Dramians. Yeah, he gives them the antibodies. For
it's a very Roddenberry ending.
And everyone is saved. Everyone is saved by science, and they got a disease from outer space. Who would have fucking thought it? How would you get a disease from something outside a spaceship? I just don't get it. And it made them change colors, just like the Aurora, just
Borealis.
Like the. I think it's just an Aurora. I think because the Aurora Borealis is the specific one in Alaska. But I could be wrong. I said the same thing. That was what's that episode called?
The Albatross.
Albatross, and the title is that for a while there it really seemed like
we were like
the plague. No, it's because the fact
Bones, right?
Yeah, the fact that Bones may have started a plague was like an albatross around his neck.
Yes, it's a guilt
from
thing,
the Rime
right?
of the Ancient Mariner. Yes, and now. For this next episode, the name of the character is Commodore Robert April.
Okay, so this guy is from the counterclock incident.
You're so close. There is something kind of related to clocks. It's time related.
It is time related.
And it's kind of trappy.
Oh, the time trap.
The time trap, yes. The Enterprise becomes trapped in the Delta Triangle, an area of space where many starships have gone missing. To make matters worse, the ship also has to defend itself from the Klothos, a Klingon vessel commanded by Commander Kor.
They're trapped with the Klingons. That's right.
What do you remember about the time trap?
They eventually cooperate and leave because they're like both like kind of miserable. But no, I literally don't remember any much more than that. Because there was another one where like the ship disappears too, and it kind of starts in the same way, where they visit all those women on that island or on that planet or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's like they're pulling up to a spot, and then they suddenly disappear.
Yeah, this is the one where they say, Captain's log, stardate 5267.2. We have just entered the Delta Triangle, a vast, uninhabited sector of our galaxy in which a high number of mysterious disappearances of starships have been recorded since ancient times. How would they know? How would he know? Who records things in ancient times? The Enterprise has been assigned to the mission of surveying this area and, if possible, determining the cause of the disappearances. Do you remember what the cause of the disappearances is?
No.
Remember, they're all going into the backwards land, isn't it? Isn't this backwards land?
No, that's the counterclock incident.
Oh, yeah, you're
right. And then
right.
they turn into babies.
Oh, the babies one.
Dude, there's so many times that they disappear.
Okay.
In time shifts.
So the two ships' captains, Kirk and Kor, have been brought to a trial by the inhabitants of this dimension called Elysia.
Oh, yeah.
Their ruling council is made up of 123 races from across the universe and dates back over 1,000 years.
Is this the one where they like get like witch trialed?
No, because
That's
it doesn't have
it
doesn't have the goat-legged. It doesn't have the Satan guy in it.
Oh,
Lucian.
yeah, that's right.
I haven't seen anything about Lucian yet. The captains are responsible. For the penalty they must suffer is total immobilization of both ships for a century. What?
Whoa.
And basically explains that their small universe is a trap. The leader, a Romulan named Xerius, explains that their small universe is a trap where time passes very slowly. A time trap, if you will. And then basically Kirk wants to break out, and because the time trap's rapidly disintegrating the ship's dilithium crystals, they only have 4 days left. The Klingons divert all the power to the Klothos engines and try to leave, but blup, 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 blup. Basically, the Klingons agree, but Spock, by touching them, learns that Kor, the Klingon captain, wants to destroy the Enterprise when they break free of the time warp by using a specially calibrated explosive device in the warp control panel. What? Fuck you, Kor! What the hell?
I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, well, anyway, the plot to destroy the Enterprise is uncovered by Megan, while the two ships begin to make their escape. Just before the Enterprise reaches Warp 8, Spock and Scott run down to the computer room, take the explosive out, eject the device, it explodes. The two ships then leave the warp and separate, with Kor claiming full credit for saving the two starships. Ah, Kor! And then McCoy grumbles, calling Kor a scoundrel, but Kirk tells him, hey, it doesn't matter.
We got out.
We're home.
Yeah.
And that
I remember that part distinctly.
Is the time trap. And
I don't remember all that bomb stuff.
There's also a great, I got it confused with the other,
counterclock.
Where they, no, not the counterclock. I got it confused with one we talked about last week.
The sirens.
Where they got the bomb? No. The fucking the slaver weapon, right? Where they got the bomb and they're gonna blow up they're gonna blow up Kirk. They're gonna kill themselves to kill the captain. The Romulans are.
That's the pirate one, right?
Yeah. Yes. The Pirates of Orion are gonna kill them.
Pirates of Orion.
Yeah. All right, we got there, and that was the Time Trap, which is also the name of a great song by the band Built to Spill. There's a song called Time Trap that's very good.
I don't remember that one that much. I just remember the Klingons being like, oh, fuck, let's just work together. And then him being like, I did all the work.
And isn't this the one? This is the one where it's got Commander Curry. Let's see here. Is this the one where they got the lady and the Commandant with them, the Commodore with them? And yeah, it is, right? And then the plant gets young.
No, that's the counterclock.
What?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. All right, well, fuck this, we're moving on. The next name, they're both about time stuff. Everybody shut up. Get off my fucking ass.
It's melting my head.
All right, so there's like no way you're not gonna get this one. It's almost too easy. The name of the character is Ichaya.
Oh, this was the that's such a cute pet name too. Yesteryear.
Yeah.
One of the best ones for sure. By far. I think like this one, Counterclock Incident. Man, just looking back on a bunch of them, they were pretty repetitive, but I feel like we were entertained enough because they had switched out all the characters evenly, or all the villains and stuff. Like the stories and the beats were kind of the same now that we're covering them all.
And this has the bird guy.
But it's like the interaction, the interactions are cool. That's like what we take out of it.
And this sees the return of the Guardian of Forever from the TV show. Remember that one of the guys studying the Guardian of Forever is one of the bird people from the Ocean's 11 episode.
It's such a funny episode too. It starts off kind of like the Albatross, where it's like a typical mission, and then they all get back. And I forgot who says, who the hell is that? I think it's Bones, right?
Oh,
Bones is like, Jim, who the fuck is with you? And he's like, this is Spock. We're my first officer.
They don't know Spock.
What? Your first officer's on the Enterprise, bro.
Yeah,
and it's like, dun, dun, dun.
And it's a very villainous looking Thielen.
Bones is like, this guy looks fucking weird.
Andorian is an Andorian.
And then, the Andorian's like,
I'm
not offended, Captain.
He's a gray Dorian. Gray Andorian.
Oh, yeah. Dude, what ends up happening to him? Doesn't he go in the tunnel? Or he's like, remember. I know I will cease to... Oh, that's right. So then they figure out what's going on, right? And they basically tell the Andorian first officer that he technically shouldn't exist.
Yeah, and
he's totally chill about it.
They go through the records of the Federation and Vulcan records, and they find out that Spock died when he was a kid, and Spock is like, oh, that must have been when I did my Glurburba goop, it's
my training thing,
the Cos-1 maturity test.
Yeah,
the Cos-1 maturity test. He's like, oh, in this timeline I must have died during my Cos-1 for some reason. Oh shit. So then he goes through the portal to go back in time.
No, and it's funny, right before he goes into the portal, the Andorian's like, I'll probably cease to exist if this is successful.
So
like, I'm peace, like I love these missions.
It's not that he would cease to exist. He'd just be in a different
universe,
different
right?
place. Yeah, dude, you're just going to be doing Andorian shit. And then so Spock misses the date of this thing because so Spock, it's weird
he gets there a day early, doesn't he?
Well, no, he misremembers. He gets there like a week before the thing. And so basically Spock then recalls the date of the event in question, 20th days of Tasmin, noting that it was the day that his cousin Selek saved his life in the desert when he was attacked by a wild animal. Although Spock cannot remember the finer details of the event, he recalls that was also the only time he had ever met Selek, his uncle, or his cousin. Now we find out, of course, that cousin was indeed Spock. And so basically Spock is like, oh no, this was a week before my thing when I was like, I'm going to go do this thing on my own. And Ichaya, his pet, followed him, and then Ichaya dies.
Yeah, so they kind of like had to trade a soul for a soul. Like someone had to die in that canon event. That's how I felt. Yeah, so there was just like,
man, you put that together better than I did.
Yeah, the take Ichaya instead of the cousin.
And it's
like, wah,
and it's very sad.
Whoa. What if it was Spock, that cousin that died, and then that's why he didn't No, I'm thinking too hard.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
No.
It was just Ichaya lived and Spock lived both in the regular universe, but as soon as they go back, as soon as like it just
so
fucks
weird.
Everything up.
Yeah.
Stupid Guardian. What are you Guardian things? Guardian, what are you guardianing forever? You fucking fuck shit up all the time.
Those Time Guardian people, yeah. Oh God, they probably hate the Enterprise.
Yeah, I love that. I fucking love that episode.
Yeah, it ended up being canon too, huh?
Yeah, good stuff. And they talk about it in Lower Decks.
Yeah, they do. Ichaya, no.
Right, and that
was
is
sad.
Yesteryear. Oh man, we're in the home stretch now, gang.
Cool.
We've got like 4 left. So for this next one. I'm going to give you one name, and then if you don't get it, I'll give you another name. The first name is Koloth.
Koloth. Oh, that's a Klingon, right? Or no, Koloth is
he is
enemy.
Klingon.
No, but is this the one where it's like the good versus evil?
No,
but Koloth does show up in that one, huh?
He does indeed.
Dang, what is this one?
Well, I'll give you another name. Cyrano Jones.
Oh, this is... Oh, shoot. It's on the tip of my tongue. Cyrano Jones. Is he the Connor? No, that's the other one. We've already talked about that one.
It is More Trouble.
Yeah, with Tribbles.
More Tribbles.
It's the Tribbles one.
More Trouble, More Tribbles. And remember...
See, I get that con artist confused with Harry Mudd.
Yes, Mudd and Cyrano Jones are very mistakable for each other. And this... We meet one of the greatest characters in the history of Star Trek. The Glommer! Remember the Glommer?
Oh, yes.
The Glommer eats Tribbles.
We were freaking out over those designs.
So the big thing about this episode is, Cyrano Jones is back, and he has, first off, escaped from wherever they stuck him, and he's created a Tribble that don't fuck, or a Tribble that doesn't reproduce, because they were self-replicating, but now they're not. But these ones, they get really big.
They eat a lot.
They get big, they get all over, and then they explode into a bunch of smaller ones they find out at the end, remember?
Yes.
And so they beam a bunch of them over to the Klingon ship, and right when they're going to explode, and that's the big joke at the end, is the Klingons got a bunch of little Tribbles.
Oh, yeah, Koloth opens his vents.
Yeah, the Tribbles, remember, and once again... They're transporting fucking grain somewhere, and the Tribbles
or whatever,
quadratriticale grain.
Yes.
And it's just like all the Enterprise does is fly fucking grain around the goddamn galaxy, as far as I can tell.
Scotty's like,
that's all they do is drive grain around.
Scotty's like, aren't these the conditions that made those Tribbles fuck like crazy last time, Captain?
Yeah,
He's like,
right.
Yeah, I guess we shouldn't worry about it. Where's the wheat, by the way?
Right.
Oh, it's gone.
And so but ultimately we find out that these Tribbles do indeed reproduce. They just reproduce by getting really big and exploding into a bunch of smaller Tribbles.
Does Cyrano Jones get arrested?
Yeah, so at the end, let's see here.
Because Harry Mudd was like reading off his charges as they were flying him to the station.
The fucking recap that they have on Memory Alpha would make it take would take as long as watching the episode. Jesus Christ. So Cyrano Jones. Let's see here. Oh, the Glommer. I love the Glommer.
Yeah, the Glommer turns ineffective because the triples just get too big.
This doesn't say what happens to Cyrano Jones, but I imagine that they arrest him and he's going to go to trial for fucking shit up and escaping the place where he escaped.
Yeah, probably. That makes sense.
I mean, I don't see they don't have a wrap up on it. They should have just left him with the fucking Klingons. Oh, that's right. The Klingons were chasing him because he fucked up one of their ships with tribbles. Yeah.
Okay.
He sold them a bunch of tribbles, and they wanted the Glommer, and then the Glommer wasn't big enough to eat the big tribble at the end. The Glommer sees the big tribble, and he's like, "No, thank you."
What a weird episode.
And that was More Trouble, More Tribbles. And I got that episode title right, even though I forgot it all the time when we were talking about it originally. All right. Now,
I actually remember that one now, though.
Yeah, dude, it's a good one.
That's a good one.
And it's got Koloth. I like Koloth. Now, this next one, I don't think you're going to get it. Search Party 7 crewman / Romulan. Search Party 7 crewman and Romulan crewman.
Oh my gosh.
Now,
there's
actually,
a Romulan and a search party.
Yeah, when did they deal with Romulans?
I don't know. It was like 3 or 4 times.
It's the Practical Joker.
Oh.
Remember the Romulans? They end up sending the Practical Joker over to the Romulan ship at the end. And then he's like, I'll let them stew on it for a while before I send them the solve for the Practical Joker.
Oh my gosh. This was another cloud that they flew through, right?
Yeah, this is like...
And then the ship was like being all silly and stuff.
It's like a weird nebula or something.
Dude, this is... And then, we must have meshed this with the other episode.
We always do.
With the bugs.
We're so high.
Yeah, with the bug. And then their ship gets taken... The Enterprise gets taken over by an entity.
Yes, they are similar,
but then they go through a cloud.
We didn't get them mixed up though.
No, we didn't get them mixed up.
They go through like a nebula or something.
But they feel really similar.
Yes, they are much like these.
It's another ship.
There's a lot of overlap, plot wise, and also thematically.
Do they go backwards in it again, or do they just go forward?
Well, they go forward, and that's how they get the thing.
Right, but then they go backwards.
They go backwards to get rid of the thing, and then they get the Romulans to go through the thing to chase them, and then they get the thing too. So basically, there's this entity that takes over the Enterprise, and it's a bit of a trickster figure, a bit of a Loki.
It's like a Q episode.
Yeah, doesn't it trap people in the like a place like the holodeck?
I don't know if it traps them, but I think it just messes with their ship and messes it.
Oh no,
up,
it is.
Right?
Yeah, McCoy, Uhura, and Sulu. They get into. They're in the recreation room, which is a prefiguration of the holodeck.
Exactly.
And the trickster figure takes over. And then he replaces the bridge's air with laughing gas, and that causes pain to the Vulcans because Vulcans cannot laugh.
Oh, that's right. No, and the funny part about that bit though is that Sulu's like, all right, let's just check out the holodeck. Like, there's nothing that can be fucked up in there, right, guys? And they're like, yeah, this is nice. Let's just go for a walk.
Yes.
And then they end up in a ditch.
And that's right. Kirk pretends to be afraid, just like he does on the Playing Chicken with the Planet episode.
Yeah.
So Kirk pretends to be... Okay.
See, I think we like this one more.
Kirk appears to be very concerned about passing through the same energy field they previously encountered and cries out in terror when the ship changes course to do so. So basically, Kirk tricks the entity into flying through the cloud again so that they can be rid of the entity.
Backwards.
Yes. And then then the crew gets it. And then the Romulans get it, and then Kirk says, you know what, we're going to tell them later. Let's not spoil the fun just yet.
Yeah.
And everyone on the bridge gets a good laugh about how the Romulans are going to be thoroughly fucked up by an alien computer virus.
You see the explosion in the back of the ship. They're like, oh, whoa, looks like they joked too much.
Oh, yeah, looks like the Practical Joker, they just implode. The ship just fucking, it's gone.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's fine. And so now... we're in the last 2. And I like how we always end up talking about the last 5 a lot less than we talk about the first 5. But this one, you're probably going to get, because we were just talking about this little fucking goat-legged creep. His name is Lucian. What episode is Lucian from?
I don't remember the title, but I do remember that episode being really
fun. It's a fucked up, weird, like Sabrina the Teenage Witch ass title. The Magics of Magus 2.
Oh, yeah. The Magics of Magus 2. And this guy was like, oh, my children, come hither, come hang out.
Yeah, it's where Lucian...
Kirk's like, why are you calling us kids? It's a little weird.
Right?
And he's like, let's rage, dude.
You you goat-legged motherfucker. And yeah, he does want to rage. He wants to party and hang out because he knew people back in the day. At the center of the galaxy, the Enterprise discovers a race of powerful aliens. Now, the Enterprise this is actually a great setup. Again, cartoon show for children.
Yeah.
The Enterprise is sent on a scientific mission to find the creation point, an area in the galactic core where matter was being created. They're saying, hey, after the Big Bang, what if the shit kept putting out matter? And, let's go fucking explore that shit.
It's like the plot in Star Trek V, right? When that cult guy is like, let's go see God.
Yeah, they're going to Eden?
People. Or Eden, yeah. Which is like the center of things or whatever.
Yeah, and then they meet that God, and it's...
and Kirk's like, why are you such a dick?
Right?
Yeah. Anyways.
So... when the ship starts to fall apart or stop working when they get closer to the center of the galaxy or whatever, and then Lucian, a red-skinned guy with goat legs and horns, pops in and is like, "Hey, let me help you." He repairs the systems and welcomes the crew as if they were old friends, but preaches caution. He takes Kirk, Spock, and McCoy to Magus 2.
Don't they go through they go to the center, but then after they get to the center, all their shit starts to break, right?
Yeah, so they get to the center, and then the ship stops working, and that's when he goes, "But you have to just use magic!" And
they're all like, "What?"
Yeah, they're going to use magic to get the ship working, and then Lucian appears, telling them that using these mental powers. Oh, so they can just use magic, right? And so Spock explores this new ability by drawing a mystic symbol. So he goes, look, if magic's real in this place, let's fucking try it out. So he just draws a mystic symbol, and then he does some like hocus pocus Vulcan magic, and he moves a Vulcan chess piece. And then Sulu uses magic to conjure up a beautiful woman because Sulu is a creep.
Yes.
And then Lucian pops in and says, "Hey, stop using this magic. You're gonna be found by," and then they are found by the Megans.
The Megans.
What do you remember about the Megans?
The Megans?
I don't know. They're Megans. I can't remember how to fucking pronounce it.
Were they like, I don't know, like, what is it? Magic. Oh, they were magic people that wanted to blend among.
So they've been around. They've been around for a long time on Earth. And
they're like, hey, this Satan guy is no good.
Remember when it shows the crew, when it shows Kirk and Spock and whoever else was teleported down to the planet as like weird, like they don't have a corporeal body. Remember when Lucian teleports them down to Magus 2 and they're like, whoa, and then he goes, yes, I use so much energy keeping you together. He goes, I forgot how much you humans give a shit about being in one piece.
They're like, whoa, Jesus.
Yeah, and then we find out that these Megans or Megans had been around forever on Earth, but then they were killed in the witch trials, but a little bit of their essence escaped and flew out to the center of the galaxy where they live now. And once again, this is like a thing. The Enterprise always ends up being on trial and representing all of mankind. And so basically, the Megans are...
Spock represents the humans, right?
Sorry. So no, that's fine. So they're basically doing a witch trial where the Megans are the jury and Kirk and the crew and his crewmates are the prisoners. And so at the trial, Spock volunteers to speak in defense of humans. But what's going to happen if they lose the trial?
They blow up the ship and they go after everyone, right?
Oh, no, they blow up the ship because they don't want them to tell. They don't want them to report where it is. Yeah, it's a secret. Yeah. Okay, so they're gonna destroy the Enterprise so that they can't bring anybody else to.
Lucian's not trapped with them, right? Lucian was the one that kind of tricked them into it. Or
Lucian just wanted to hang out with humans. He was just stoked that they were there. So Kirk explains that hey, humanity's grown a lot since the witch trials, and it's so great because Kirk, there's such a great line reading when he's like, well, we tried. He's talking about humankind. He's like, well, we tried, and then Kirk invites Asmodeus, who's also a villain in the Diablo video game series.
Oh yes,
he invites Asmodeus to view the ship's computer, which convinces him that humanity has changed and that they should let them go free. And then Lucian's punishment is that he would be condemned to limbo for eternity. And then Spock and Kirk defend Lucian's actions, but their words mean nothing to convincing the court. Seeing no other course of action, Kirk uses magic himself against Asmodeus in defense of Lucian. Remember, they have the big magic fight.
Yeah.
So they do a magic fight, and then the Megans are like, dude, that's fucking lit. Good job. And they give Lucian his freedom. There you go. And then the Megans tell Kirk if any other humans made it to their planet, they would be welcome.
What is this episode? What?
And then the Enterprise is returned to its proper universe. McCoy asks Kirk if he believes that Lucian was really Lucifer. And Kirk says, what does it fucking matter? And Spock tells the captain that it may be significant, as this would be the second time that Lucifer was cast out. However, thanks to Kirk, it would be the first time he was saved. So they're basically saying Kirk's God.
It was so weird. It's amazing that
Kirk's God saved Lucifer.
All the live action stuff that we saw, they always, there's only one God and Christianity is this way. Like they never
Kirk is
considered
very
even
much
running
a
this
Christian
back.
in the TV show,
but like the fact that he would defend and save Satan. That's crazy.
Defend and save Satan. I fucking love that shit,
that's
dude.
Crazy.
I love that shit.
Yeah, that's right. I was like, because Lucian's tied up with them.
Yup.
That's correct.
All right.
Then this last one though, it's a counterclock, right?
No, we talked about the counterclock incident last week, dog.
God, I always think I thought we already. Yeah, you're right. That episode was so good.
Wait, hold on a second. Did we talk about the counterclock incident last week? I think I left the counterclock incident off of this list. No, I did. I left the counterclock incident off the list. Wow. See? All right, so first we got to do this one. Tom Markle.
Tom Markle.
What episode is Tom Markle from?
Oh, gosh. Tom Markle.
How the fuck did I leave the time trap off of this?
No, I have no idea.
Eye of the Beholder.
Eye of the Beholder.
I don't remember this one. Oh, this is the one with the menagerie of the. Man,
the menagerie of the animals and stuff.
Yeah, of the aliens that have the one tentacle coming out of their face, and they accidentally beam up the kid. Of the aliens. Yeah.
God, see, there was two menageries I was thinking of. I was thinking of the one with the serpent and the wings.
Yes. So they're sent down. These telepathic aliens put them in a menagerie. And they end up...
One of the funniest bits is that, it's Kirk, Spock, and Bones, and they're all getting dragged by these aliens, and it's
for hours.
Yeah,
for hours.
And then Bones goes, where are we going?
Yeah, they've been quiet for hours. They've been carrying us for hours, Jim. You guys are just talking to each other now?
You're just panicking?
They were on break.
They didn't bother to let the Enterprise know.
Yeah, so those three get put in a menagerie, and then Scotty becomes friends with one of the menagerie-raised children because it gets beamed up by mistake, and then the kid takes control of the Enterprise, and then Scotty's like, you gotta stop doing that. And then Scotty talks there, and then the aliens are like, oh, you talk sense into our child. We're cool with you guys now, and they're like, we're not gonna have humans in the menagerie anymore because clearly you have souls or some shit.
Yeah, it was weird.
And that's pretty much it. Mm-hmm. That is Eye of the Beholder.
Eye of the Beholder.
I love those aliens.
The Tom guy was the other human that was in there, right?
Yes,
Tom we got trapped here. We have no idea what we're doing here. Yeah, we tried to escape.
Right? And then they just figured out
nightmare.
that they trick the aliens into giving them their stuff. They're like, we need this to live. They have Kirk pretends to be sick or whatever, and he's oh, I'm so sick. I need my communicator. Oh, and then they give him the communicator, and he's like, oh, fuck out of here. And then they beam up the kid. But yeah, so that was a good one. Eye of the Beholder. Now, let's do the counterclock incident because I can't believe I left it off of...
I think we really liked that one, though.
I loved it.
It was one of our favorites.
I loved it. The counterclock
that was up there with
incident.
The yesteryear. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when the Enterprise enters a negative universe, former Captain Robert April saves the ship as the crew age backwards.
But Kirk goes in there because they're chasing this ship that's going super fast.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck is going on? And then they try to communicate with the captain, and the captain's like, and they're like, what? And then they just go into this weird backwards universe. And it's like the negative zone, and space is white. And you're like, my eyes. And stars are black. And then they're just flying backwards in all the shots. And it's like, weird.
I'm a fucking idiot, dude. I had the time trap on here twice.
Oh.
So Commodore Robert April, yeah, we were supposed to talk about the time trap when we were supposed to talk about counterclock incident when we fucking A.
So we talked about the time trap last week.
And this week.
Okay,
and so now we're talking about the counterclock incident where Robert April and his wife are on the ship.
Yes.
They go into a backwards black and white universe and her plant gets old and then dies and then comes back to life.
Oh my gosh. And then it's so great because everybody's turning into babies. Yeah.
Oh, and they're babies at the end.
They end up talking to the captain or the pilot that they were chasing. And she's like, why'd you follow me? This is a weird place. Like, you're not even supposed to be here.
You can't be here. And then they're
like,
her.
We're trying to get back. And she's like, well, I can't really recreate what I just did. I mean, maybe we could try.
Yeah. So so basically, whenever there's a supernova in one planet in the Enterprise galaxy, and there's something else, a black hole in the backwards galaxy,
it's like a portal.
Sometimes it's like the corona of that makes a portal that they can travel through, and they have to hurry up and get it done too because they're becoming babies. They're becoming kids.
And then Spock's like, I age differently, so I will try to...
I will be the captain for the longest.
Yes. No, but then the older guy...
Yeah, Commodore April's like, I'm the captain now because you are but a child.
You're too short.
You are too...
But Spock's like, I will take care of these children. They're a bunch of babies.
And remember...
Like, what do we do now?
Remember baby Commander Eric's? So cute. And so basically what happens is they are...
what do they do to get out?
Let me see here.
Another supernova.
Kirk is dumbfounded at the realization that the child in the playpen is in fact Carla Five's father. Remember, they meet
God.
He meets her. They meet Carla Five, the pilot's
dad.
They meet her dad, who's a child, and her son, who is an old man. Get it? Because everything ages backwards here. You fucking idiots.
Weird.
And so they find out that let's see here.
They talk to the family, and the family helps them figure out how to get back.
Yeah, Spock pulls up a map of the Milky Way and the Beta Niobe, and Earth correspond exactly with Amphibian and Erit, respectively.
They like they press them against each other, and they're like, that's where the next incident will happen, so we'll just fly there.
Right? And so...
How crazy.
Carla says they're going to use her ship, and then Kirk tells her he's got a crew of 430 and her ship would only fit a few people. Spock says that while they can't use her ship for transportation, they could use it as an unmanned ship with their tractor beam attached. And April thinks it would work since that's how they got there to begin with. Kirk says, oh, that's right. They tractor beamed onto her, and she pulled them into the backwards land.
Weird.
And Kirk worries that any miscalculations along the way, they'll plunge into the supernova. And it works. They end up just getting away. And then Commander April and his wife have the option to stay young, and they choose to be old instead.
That was crazy.
And this is another episode where the transporter saves the day because they just replace the baby versions with their pre-issue transporter selves.
With their autosave, with their last loads.
There you go. With their autosave. I can't believe I can't believe I put that episode on there twice.
Yeah, I totally missed it.
Well, no, you were telling me the whole time. You were like, I think something's fucked up, dude. And I was just like, I don't know. I think we're doing it right. And I could have just looked. But what are you going to do? All right. And that was the counterclock incident.
Yes, one of the better ones.
A great episode.
Okay, but now that we've covered them all, though, like, what do you think popped out most to you? Like yesteryear for sure.
I just really liked the one with the amphibians where Kirk. I like that one with that
ambergris.
Yeah, with the ambergris. I like the Tribbles one because of the glommer. That's probably my favorite one, just because of the glommer. I think. Yeah.
I really like Jihad.
That was such a good fucking episode.
One? Yeah,
yes,
that was funny.
So I think that there's definitely like 6 or 7 episodes that stand out as above and beyond. Like Albatross is really fucking good. Yesteryear. We just talked about Counterclock Incident.
But none of them are like as bad as like Who Mourns for a Dawn. Like none of them have been like, we haven't seen a lot of lows.
I think the animated series definitely provides a higher percentage of bangers.
Yeah.
Per however many episodes there are. Higher percentage of bangers in the animated series. I really fucking liked it. I wish that they would I hope that they do another animated series after Lower Decks. I haven't watched the finale of Lower Decks yet, but I just really feel like there's so much that they can do.
Yeah, there's a lot to explore too. Aliens, galaxies, shit that just like does not correlate to live action.
I loved it. I was blown away, much like when I kind of rediscovered the original series when I had COVID. When I started watching these the animated series, I was like, wow, this is fucking good sci-fi animation.
Yeah,
this is like
we severely underestimated them.
This is like Rick's and Marty's and shit, you know? They do a good job. So we like the animated series here at Trek in the Valley.
Yes, we do. I would definitely recommend it. There's like a lot of funny bits, funny parts. Yeah, it is a little Saturday morning cartoonish, but once you get past it... But also,
it's not that, though.
Like, the plots get so deep. Just us talking about it was really heavy. Like, we had to deal with planets blowing up and stuff, and people dying.
Remember when there was the big eugenics guy?
Yeah,
like 50-foot tall eugenicist.
No. And then the spy that was gonna like bite a cyanide pill on the bridge, and they're like, "Don't bite that pill."
We know what you're trying to do, pill biter.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that's for kids. That's for kids. And so that brings us to a crazy part in the life of our podcast here, in that we wanted to do a Next Generation podcast, and we said, let's do Star Trek first, and that's it. We did it.
Yeah, we're here,
and we're gonna be back in a couple weeks. I'm gonna keep the online stuff going, and I'm gonna repost old episodes in the next couple weeks here, and then we're gonna relaunch, and I'm gonna try and get us guest spots on my friend's podcast to promote it, get more people out there listening. So we've only got time for one segment left in this entire season, this entire first fucking 117 episodes. I think this is actually episode 119 when this comes out. And that is...
Captain, Adam and Al are recommending things. I repeat, Adam and Al are recommending things.
I know what I want to recommend, but you go first.
Okay. I'll be kind of quick. I mean, this is more of like a drafts kind of EP I was hearing from this musician. It's Flume and JPEG Mafia.
Have you recommended them from other stuff before?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And this is like kind of them collaborating together, but it's I think it's called We Live in a Society.
Oh,
it's all like this weird little punny stuff, you know, but it's kind of like, it's funny because both of the fandoms are like, this isn't their best, but we appreciate that we have content.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we're a really weird time, and we're like, they're not exactly past their peak. Like, yeah, they've done their big things, but like they could both retire and just like sit on their hits and just make royalties from that. But it's like, there comes a boredom with that lifestyle, you know, and you get a little lonely, you know, and you're like, hey, I kind of want to like do the thing that made me all this money in the first place, you know? And like some of these songs have been in the works for like 5 years, you know? So it's like nice to finally hear like thoughts being complete. So yeah, it's called We Live in a Society, but I think, I mean, the best track is just called track 1. But it's like, what's nice about it is that it's 6 minutes, but the first like half of the song is like, you hear them kind of going back and forth, and you hear like the collaborative process kind of live. And then like right as like it starts to get going, it feels really good. And then like right off of that track 1, you start to hear like more and more like, I don't know, just kind of references of like their other songs and stuff blending through. But yeah, I don't know. It's somewhat of their. It's interesting because it's, again, not their like craziest stuff, but it is cool to just hear like what the possibilities could be if they had, just shot an album out. I don't know. Maybe they're testing the waters. Maybe they care. Maybe they don't. Who knows? But it's called We Live in a Society. Flume and JPEG Mafia.
Flume and JPEG Mafia. And I am going to recommend Novocaine, a film starring Jack Quaid and Amber Midthunder from the Predator Prey film that came out. And it was good. I thought it was real good. Ray Nicholson, Jack Nicholson's kid, is in it, who is also in Smile 2. He was in Smile 2.
No way.
He was very
He was
good
the one
in that.
he hit himself with the weight, right? In Smile 2?
No. Ray Nicholson was the guy in the car with her, arguing with her when they're all fucked up, driving real fast.
That movie was crazy.
Yeah, so it's a really good movie. It's basically just Jack Quaid plays a mild-mannered guy who has a genetic thing where he can't feel pain, so he's got to be super careful because he could like bleed to death or get internal bleeding and he would never know. But he uses that to advantage to save his kidnapped girlfriend. And one thing that I don't like about it, and they never really mention it, is that he kind of plays her boss in it, and he like goes out with her and stuff. It's just like they don't even mention.
Dynamics.
He's like the bank manager, and like I'm not trying to be too woke or anything, but it seemed fucked up. But if you can look past that, it's a fun movie. I wouldn't say it was great, but it was definitely a bit of a hoot. So check out Novocaine and check out the EP We Live in a Society by Flume and JPEG Mafia. And we will see you back here in a couple of weeks with Next Generation, baby!
Yes.
Trek in the Valley is executive produced by Adam Ordall Quinnell and Al Hirt. Theme song by Al Hirt. Recorded by Adam, mixed and edited by Al. Check the show notes for our socials, and you can email the pod at trekinthevalley, all one word, @gmail.com. Like, subscribe, review, and always explore strange new fucking worlds.